Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red flag.
Cheers to you.
Desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Exert
you.
power.
Love you like I
Or
love
more
you.
wine.
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised. This is ill-advised.
Hey, Biffs.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do when someone else already has.
Like your baby dad.
And not his mom.
Not his mom.
Not his mom. Yup. But no.
Can we skip this part?
If you're new to this podcast, that's Bethany. I'm Israel. And this is the podcast where we teach you the best mirror angles for your vagina selfies.
It's probably accurate.
Oh.
In our high school
Well, then I'm
days.
new to this podcast.
No, you're not. Matter of fact,
What?
you're the one who taught me.
I most certainly did not. I don't know what angle to take a vagina selfie in.
I think the inner angle.
Well, sorry, Pops, but also not sorry, Pops, because I never went that far.
No, you just deleted the photos for me.
Amen to that.
Because
Yeah.
you were like, this is not your best angle. We're just going to delete this one off the cloud.
I believe it was, Biff, help me remove these
From the
cloud.
Anyways.
Oh, blackberries. Was it a cloud? What was that? Oh, no, it was your Galaxy.
My Galaxy.
Your
my
last
white one.
Android phone.
I just actually found that, and it's now Mia's play phone. Because
Is
I will
it
not charge
still
it.
wiped clean?
I don't know, but I will not charge it. I kind of want to, but I do not.
Oh my God. Did those went to Sir Matthew Michael, right?
They did.
Yeah.
They sure.
It looks like they went to more people. What's that look on your face?
No.
No?
I was just trying to think who I was
Like, did you recycle them?
talking to at that time.
Okay.
I got confused between, I didn't get confused, but I wasn't sure if it was Matthew or the one after him. I don't even
Listen.
want to say his name.
Back then, ew, fuck that bitch
Right,
o'clock.
exactly.
I think it was Inter.
In between.
Yeah. I don't know which time that you and Nameless were together, but there was a little
After?
there was a little break in between.
Yeah. Anyways.
Like 8 of them.
8 breaks or 8 guys. I was like, Biff, you're not
No, not 8 guys.
you're not really helping me
No.
here.
No. If anyone's track record is worse than yours, it's mine.
It's
It's
Thank you.
mine.
You were saying that
Yeah.
out loud on air.
It's mine at any time, because I still don't think I rise to the occasion of whatever the fuck you want to call me out there.
Let me find out.
I
Who's calling you what?
seriously.
I'll kill him.
Yes.
Only I can talk to you in whatever way you're talking about. Or Greta.
And you have the
can too.
receipts. Yeah, well, Greta thinks she knows everything, and she just doesn't know how accurate she is when she calls me things.
She did give birth to you.
She did.
So
She did.
she gets that.
How you doing, Beth?
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know.
Oh, good.
Last week I could at least like sum it up. This week I'm like, what fucking ride are we on today?
Oh.
Because I don't know.
How many tickets to get on that one?
How many tickets to get off that one?
I don't think
It-
there are
countless.
enough tickets.
Yeah. I think we're just going to be handing out tickets for the rest of our lives.
Mhm.
Please let me off this ride. I pick a new one. I changed my mind. I don't want to ride this one anymore.
Oh.
And my seatbelt's broken.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Seatbelt's broken.
seatbelt's
That's
broken. And I don't want to be
perfect.
on this ride anymore.
No, fuck that.
But now I'm hanging on.
And it's just the teacups.
I feel like I'm just going to lose my shit.
Literally just teacups.
It's teacups. My seatbelt doesn't work on the teacups. Let me off. It's too much.
What is this revolving fucking...
I'm going to be nauseous.
This is a really giant teacup.
I'm over it. Why is my daughter spinning the wheel more? I don't know what's happening.
Just get me the fuck out of this English breakfast. I can't fucking do this anymore.
How are you?
I don't know.
Okay. See? You're next to me on the teacup. Your
No,
seatbelt is also
no.
broken.
I don't... Listen, I'm just at the carnival.
You're not even on a ride yet?
I don't need one.
Do you at least have
I
a
was
corn
smart
dog?
enough to stay away from the tickets.
Do you at least have a corn dog in
I
your
have
hand?
8, and I'm so full, and I'm still eating them
All right.
because that's an accurate representation of my last few days.
I was going to say, then you definitely want to stay away from the
I
teacups.
don't want to no, because if we were on the teacups together, you'd be covered in metaphorical vomit on top of what you're already experiencing. And honestly, I don't think you need another reason to get off the ride.
I do. You're my one reason to get off the ride.
When I'm with you on it and throwing up on you, this is getting
Then
too
it
literal.
distracts me from my broken
Your problem
seatbelt.
is my problem.
So now we're good. Now this is a team.
Right,
We're
because
now a
it's
team.
true, because while your seatbelt's broken in solidarity, I just didn't put mine on.
Right. So you're holding me while you're
Mhm.
puking on me, and I'm distracted from the fact that my seatbelt's broken. So I'm focusing on you because
Still
you're puking everywhere.
Impressed that I'm still holding a corn dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, is that mustard or no?
No.
Can we
We're
drink?
just going to jump to the fucking
Can
wine
we please? I'm
because we
thirsty.
need it.
I'm
We need, and
thirsty.
it better be fucking good, is all I'm saying.
I hope. If not, we're
Drinking it anyway.
not. Yeah, that too. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, if not, we're going to get Bloody Marys.
We're going to, they're in the
Yes,
fridge.
Exactly.
They were an accident.
They best accident other than my daughter that we've ever created.
I was going to say, other
we
than
didn't
our
create
children.
my daughter together.
No, right. But we created our children separately, independent of each other's appendages and input. Very clear from both of our perspectives.
Can you
And
just fucking read the wine so I can drink it?
well,
crying.
it's very clear
I'm
that
literally
we
crying.
didn't pick our other halves, or the halves that make wine. Yeah, okay.
Now that I can't breathe,
This one is
is my
from
mascara running?
no.
Well, it's about to be.
No, you're fine, honey. You're good.
My
I'll learn how to
spirit's running.
edit, how to CG mascara out or in.
How about my face?
No, you can keep
CG that.
No,
What's CG?
the computerized generated.
Give me a Beyonce
think.
face while you're
Okay.
editing my mascara.
But I'm not doing a Jay-Z face for me
Huh.
because I can't.
Nobody can.
Can't
do
even take it
Jay-Z
seriously
can't
thinking
even
about
do
it.
a Jay-Z face.
Yup. So,
I don't know if we're gonna get through this.
red
episode.
wine. This week's wine is from España. And you know because it says Vino de España on top.
Is that spelled with a TH?
No,
España?
no, that's an S. That's an F. Rio Lindo, cute river. It's a Syrah, 2017.
Que sera, sera.
Yeah, fucking dad joke.
That's a movie.
Yeah,
Four brothers.
yeah. I mean, I understand the reference, but the que Syrah is the dad joke
Why?
relevant to the Syrah wine we're drinking.
I wasn't making a joke. I was referencing a movie with a word you said.
Well, then you made a dad joke
Right.
unwillingly, which makes it worse.
You're right. The
I know.
best dad jokes are accident
Mhm.
jokes.
Yep. Okay. Back to the wine.
Can we drink it yet?
Rio Lindo reveals its potential in the nose with aromas of berries and spices. Balanced, fruity, generous, and full-bodied. Oh, my favorite night with my favorite type of man.
I was going to say.
Fruity and generous.
And full bodied.
God.
Oh, crap.
And balanced. Although I don't need somebody that's more sane than I am. I can't.
Or maybe we do. and
No, I
that's
need someone
our
more
problem.
unhinged so I feel better about myself.
We both can't be unhinged.
Okay, well then he can be unhinged and I'll be hanging off.
Of a teacup with no seatbelt. Your best friend
And a corn dog. Don't forget the corn dog.
with no mustard.
No mustard.
Fair enough.
With a well-structured and long finish.
I like a well-structured long finish.
Let's finish this shit real long.
I feel like it might taste like my
Candles?
yeah,
That
my
one.
No, not that one. It's up in my cupboard still. My spice sangria candle.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking about,
Yes.
actually. And I thought that's what that was.
Nope, that's my apple pumpkin one.
I don't like the smell of this one.
Oh, this does not smell
Nope.
like my Yankee candle.
This actually smells like
Cooking wine.
That's way better than I was thinking. Yours is accurate too. Actually, mine was the same thing. It's
What's
like a
yours?
meat marinade.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not putting my meat in this.
I might, because I don't know if I'm going to drink it.
Meat marinade.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Good luck.
Should
May the Lord be with you.
I hold my breath or no?
We can't. We need air to taste it.
I know. That's why I'm holding my breath.
Just taste it. I can't take that first sip for anything.
Tastes like it smells. When you shut your mouth and breathe out of your nose, it tastes like how my candle smells.
You see, this bottle had a very simple label. And I said, cut out all the shit, all the frills. It's going to be a very simple
Cut right to the
wine.
chase.
Yep. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
Some books you can judge by the cover.
And obviously not this one.
Or this one.
Or yeah. Yeah, I guess perspective matters, huh?
Yeah.
This is why we make all the same mistakes. No. Oh, wait.
I can't.
There's a little bit of hope here.
With that face?
Hey, if you can make your faces and get away with it, I can make mine.
Absolutely. That was the point, was you never make a face. So if you are making one, it can't be.
I make a face when we take our picklebacks every time.
Cinnamon?
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking back to what the description was. It's a spiced berry. So now I'm trying to think of like a berry pie. Cinnamon, nutmeg. And I'm starting to get that flavor. Starting to feel it. A little allspicy. Okay.
Allspice. That's it.
Yep.
Not cinnamon or nutmeg. Allspice.
That's it.
Which is cinnamon and nutmeg.
No, allspice is its own spice.
But isn't there like nutmeg in it?
No, allspice is allspice.
There's no nutmeg in allspice?
No, just allspice. I know it sounds like it's like a multi-purpose. It sounds like seasoning salt, but for sweet pastries.
Because, all the things that I said, like use nutmeg or allspice.
Yeah. No, they're different.
I know, but
I even think the flavors are very different.
Absolutely. But is there no nutmeg in addition to everything else in allspice?
The only thing in allspice is allspice.
You're making my head hurt, Biff.
Well, you said everything else.
What
so
is
to me,
allspice made out of?
Allspice.
Like different spices?
Nope. That's why it's confusing. And this is why we're having this conversation.
So is there a plant?
One spice called allspice.
Are you fucking kidding
Isn't
me?
that some
36
shit?
years
This is like
of my
Laurie's
fucking
pie
life.
seasoning.
So the ingredients of allspice
is allspice.
is going to say allspice.
Allspice.
What the fuck?
Well, now that you know, number 3, think allspice, think berries.
I hate berries.
But maybe in a pie you like them. Pretend I made it.
A blueberry one.
Pretend I made it.
Pretend you made it.
Mm-hmm. I made this very delicious.
Allspice, not nutmeg.
Oh.
Because allspice is a
Mm-hmm. It tastes like
2.
prune juice.
It's a 2.
It tastes like prune juice. That's what I'm getting.
Say that. You're right.
That's what
I
I'm
wasn't getting that, but
I don't even know what prune
now.
juice tastes like, but that's what I'm
tastes
tasting.
Like this.
Yeah. You're giving it a 2?
Yeah.
Can I just be generous and give it a 2 also?
Yeah.
All right.
I might have been being generous.
Are you Googling allspice?
How did you know?
Because I know you.
What if I was looking at the questions?
Then I'd be punching you. I'm
actually looking at the images to see what a fucking allspice.
I think it looks like a nut.
It looks like a ball.
Yeah.
I don't know what I feel
You
about
feel
this
deceived.
situation. God.
There's deception. There's drama.
My life is
This is an entire fucking Bravo series.
also known as Jamaica pepper, myrtle pepper, pimenta or pimento, is the dried, unripe berry of Pimenta doica, a mid-canopy tree native to the Greater Antilles, southern Mexico, and Central America.
And it makes wonderful pies.
Yeah, I put some on my apple crisp last year.
Mm.
I mean, apple pie.
Right. You didn't even save me a slice.
There was none to save.
You're a bitch.
Sorry. I'll make you some more.
You
Now
have
that I
questions
know
this week.
allspices.
You all-knowing deceiver.
So that means I can use allspice and nutmeg.
Yeah, I do.
I thought nutmeg was in allspice.
No.
I'm so fucking mad. I'm gonna think about this for a long time.
You just elevated your cooking game. Yes, you did.
Damn.
Yeah, that's going to taste that much better. Although remember, nutmeg is supposed to be used in small quantities.
That I do know.
Because it can take your fucking recipe to another
That's why
country.
I didn't ever add nutmeg with my allspice.
Could take your dish to the local food pantry and test it out. At that point,
tastes like this wine.
It's going to taste like this prune juice.
This prune juice.
You're going to get this prune.
Get all this spice.
Biff, please take us to the purpose as to why we are here 30 minutes into this recording.
Yes. So we have it's not very completely different, but tiny bit different than our usual. This is Dear Mrs. Webb. I believe it is no longer active.
Oh.
It said
that's so sad.
Early 2000s to 2016.
Oh. Listen,
unless I did not look.
Should be more supported.
So do not quote me. There could have been something like they went to a different page or like a different name type of thing. I did not search or check that part out.
Okay. Does it say who the writer is? Where are we looking?
They're just known as Mrs. Webb.
Okay. We'll take Mrs. Webb.
DearMrsWebb.com.
Oh, okay.
2000 to 2016.
Oh, good. We can't get sued.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. Anywho, we don't have titles for the questions this week, but we do have some questions.
Some doozies.
I'm just going to start.
All right.
There's no dates on them either.
No? Okay. These are from 2000 to 2016 and just deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Dear Mrs. Webb, my best friend has been dating this guy for about 3 years. At the very beginning of their relationship, he and I spent an evening together. We almost ended up in bed, but we both realized in time that it wasn't the right thing to do. I never told my friend about this little moment, and now they are happy and in love. They are planning their wedding for this autumn. I feel that this past event is keeping me from being completely open with her. It was a long time ago, and I don't even know if it would really matter to her now, but I can't stop thinking about it. I don't want to ruin her relationship or our friendship. Should I tell her?
Well, you're a shitty friend to start.
How does that happen?
You're a shitty friend to start. Chances are he's probably still stepping out.
I wouldn't trust him.
I wouldn't trust him.
Feels that easy.
Also, I would probably mind my business a little bit too, because I don't know that he's doing that. You know? So if she's happy, I almost feel like saying something would be almost unwarranted at this point. If nothing happened sexually.
Like 3 years ago, I almost banged your boyfriend, but didn't.
Right. What is that going to do? Clear your conscience? Sounds like you need to work it out yourself. It sounds like you're putting the responsibility on her to make yourself feel better if you're not jealous about their union.
Oh, like, okay, I told you, so now it's off my chest.
Yep.
Now I'm cleansed of my sins.
Yep. Or it's off my chest. I hope it breaks you up so I have a chance. One or the other.
Do you think they would have disclosed that part? Like, I since caught feelings for him type of thing.
Not if they're judging themselves.
Okay.
And we know what that feels like.
I like the perspective of, it sounds like you're putting it on them.
I think that one's more likely.
Because I didn't see it that way.
Yeah. I just see it like, you're putting it on them to absolve you. I feel like I would
probably be the friend to be like, girl, 3 years ago, I almost banged him. Sorry. Love you. I didn't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't feel like that would, for me personally, it would stem from a simple honesty thing. Like to keep our trust, to keep our...
Yeah. Yep. The trust thing is almost doesn't exist to me.
Would you want to know,
issue.
you personally?
If nothing happened, no.
If it was almost.
Almost.
Like we pretty much almost did.
I feel like, how close are we? And did I show you his dick pic? And
Since then.
you know what I mean?
Like, girl, I know. Sorry.
I don't know that I would want to know if nothing happened, because here's where I am. I'm getting ready to get married to this person, right? Did I just make that up or?
No, you did not just make it up.
Good. I feel better. I didn't know if this prune juice was knocking me off my ass. So you brought up the trust thing.
Yes.
I think it's almost irrelevant because you're not questioning her trust in you. You're questioning yourself. She's not questioning anything because she doesn't know shit.
Right.
And if nothing happened...
But I feel like if I'm not being honest with my best friend, I'm not...
That's guilt. I just had a very proud moment where I feel like you had my reaction and I was you. And I'm proud of us. Like this is a conversation that we would be having where I'm literally reacting the way you are, and this is the advice you're giving me.
Yeah.
And I never knew I wanted to be you.
That's the best thing anyone's ever said to me.
That is so weird to me, but it's true. Like for 1 second, I never realized that I wanted to be in this seat.
Yes, because I'm always the one making you stop and think.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up. This isn't the time.
Right.
I'm right.
Right.
I can't wait until you want to be me.
Every evening around dinner time.
Oh, okay, good, great.
Just why can't I be that?
Drink your prune juice, honey. Get regular.
So no, I definitely agree that it's guilt. I also am trying to separate because I just feel like you're my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in this world I have kept from you or haven't told you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know how I would live with myself having that secret.
You're also my best friend. And let's say this guy is living squarely since then. Because God knows what the situation was back then, to be honest, right? Like they were right in the beginning where they were dating. We spent a night together and, were they together? Were they an item?
Did they meet at the same night and everybody was drunk?
And she called Diz,
like,
but you're like, I fucked up. And no, I took him home. Like, who knows what that real situation is? But as your best friend, and I see that you're in like your peak happiness, and this guy has not
married.
Shown me anything other than he loves you, except for that one night when he maybe didn't love you yet.
In the beginning of the relationship, right.
Right. He's shown me nothing but that love that I wish and hope for you. Do I want to threaten that to absolve myself of a guilty conscience that I probably don't need to feel guilt for?
Also, I can't imagine not telling you the next day.
Right.
Like, Biff, I almost banged Bruce last night. I didn't. I'm sorry.
That was going to be something else I said. Like, if it was something that really bothered me, it would have bothered me then. Right. You know what I mean? It wouldn't bother me now where it's like, suddenly I feel overcome with the need to
3
tell
years
her
later,
to ruin her
right before her
nuptials.
Wedding. Yeah. If I was going to tell you, it would have been the next day.
So my advice is this doesn't matter unless you have questions about him. It doesn't matter. If you're saying just to free yourself of guilt.
I don't want to ruin her relationship or our friendship.
It sounds like there's concerns on both ends. If nothing else has happened and you don't feel like he's stepping out or threatening their happiness on his own, what word was I just going to use?
Accord.
Nope.
On his own.
But accord works. Just if he wasn't going to step out and be a cheating ass motherfucker, then shut the fuck up and be happy for her.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't know if I can say this on air, but there was
sure can.
It has to do with you and your life.
Oh, you might.
Oh,
that good, huh?
It wasn't until it was like, hey, I'm going to make a huge decision.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about.
Then I was like, I haven't told you something.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe that has a little to do with it. Maybe it wasn't like a huge deal until all of a sudden she's like, oh my God, we're engaged. We're getting married in September. Then it's like, fuck. I never told you.
Because I didn't think you were going to make it.
Because it wasn't anything.
And you didn't, so I'm telling you. Oh my God, that's such an old subject too that I don't even think about it.
You know what I mean?
Maybe, but...
Maybe it wasn't like a... Maybe it was just like, well...
But in your case, it was
like
it was a belief of mine that
like,
you were...
Yeah.
It wasn't something of yours that you were trying to... You know what I mean?
But I just meant the fact that it was becoming like, oh, okay, now this is real. This is like not just, oh, okay, well, we don't have to tell anyone anything.
Right.
It was like, oh, okay, this is like a big, huge fucking deal.
Yeah. No, there was something there that threatened my belief, and you didn't necessarily agree with me, but you
knew where you stood.
You knew where I stood. And so for that specific instance, you made a judgment call that you thought,
But my point
essentially
was,
this person's
I probably would have never
disclosed
anything. Hadn't it
probably would have told me by now, but still.
Oh, yeah. But I meant it wouldn't have been something that was at the forefront of my mind.
Yeah. Had you not thought it was going to take a next step. Yeah.
So maybe that.
I mean, there's something to be said about being young and dumb too. About it.
Well, yeah, but still, that's not the point.
That is not the point.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, I think if it's the situation I'm describing, I think I would risk only because it wouldn't be the first time that I've done something like this, where it's like I'm kind of sitting back and just being like, you know what, they're happy, and this need or this urge is about me.
You wouldn't feel like a shitty friend? Like I'm keeping something from my best friend?
I'm not keeping something from you that didn't happen.
But that was my question. You wouldn't want to know if your boyfriend I know it's hard for you and I to use each other.
So actually, I'm going to use you, where it's like there was a potential for you to threaten my happiness and you didn't. Why do I need to know that there was a consideration that you would have after 3, 4, 5, 10 years of that?
Because it's
trust and that fidelity between the two of us. Like we had
you would bang my boyfriend, or you would want to bang or you find my boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Let's get real. That was more likely than anything. But
I don't know. I don't know what I feel like I might want to know if my best friend and my boyfriend almost banged. I feel like that's something I would want to know, because now I'm like, can I trust either of you?
Well, here's the thing.
Whether you almost did or didn't.
Right. If you almost did and we weren't really together, then like, yeah, if you feel like I'm going to...
At the very beginning of their relationship.
So they were together.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I think I would want to know.
Yeah, but if you don't, what does that affect?
If I don't know, well, potentially nothing.
Right.
But now I'm just the idiot out here with the boyfriend and the best friend.
But if nothing happened, are you an idiot?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying.
I don't think you're an idiot. If nothing happened and they had the sense to stop it, there was some potential there.
Okay, but now forever, I have to... Now my husband and best friend have that like awkward sexual tension.
After 3 years, if you haven't caught on to the awkward sexual tension, then you don't know that he's cheating on you right now. You know what I mean? It's not going to matter. You're just going to lose your friend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would want to know. I feel like I would want to know, but I don't feel like I would have a friend that would do that.
It's not so much...
And if I did have a friend that would do that,
but if
I don't want that as a friend.
Yeah. If it's not so much if I wanted to know, but if there was an opportunity, like know something about your best friend and not know something about your best friend, and it doesn't impact my life, I choose not know something about my best friend.
What?
Yeah.
I get so mad at you when I don't know something.
It's true, but that's usually something like there's meaning. There's something a little monumental when I hold something back, because I tell you everything otherwise.
That's what I'm saying. I can't even imagine.
But I end up telling you eventually.
That's my point. I feel like if I was going to bang your boyfriend and didn't.
Oh, you're making your point.
Right. I could not tell you that.
But that's the thing. Like, If I was your loyal friend, if I cared about you at that level,
I'm not going to be in the position where I'm
not
banging
waiting
your
3
boyfriend.
years.
Well, that's why I brought
I might
up
be
the
in
high
the
school
position that I was like,
situation,
oh,
where it was
I
like,
can't deny an attraction, but like I'm not waiting 3 years.
correct. But maybe that's what I was saying, is that like maybe it took until like, girl, we're engaged, to be like, fuck.
But okay, but they're about to
I
get
never
married.
fucking
They
told
didn't
you.
get engaged yesterday.
Which is why she's writing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like now it's really real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so torn on both sides.
If I'm on the outside and this isn't my problem, because it isn't, keep your mouth shut unless you have proof that he's running around.
So you can say like, listen,
He's doing this, and that. I know because unfortunately I fucked up.
right. And didn't tell you because I didn't think it was going to be a thing, but now it's a thing.
And I also, it didn't get there, so I didn't think it mattered. But now knowing this, and you're getting married, I'd hate to see you throw your life away on a piece of shit. You're risking it either way, because if he's a saint and she's in love with him, you're fucked anyway.
Yeah, I guess I'm torn because I can't put myself in their shoes, because I would never
Right.
be
I would
almost banging, whether it's a brand new relationship or not. I would never be almost.
I mean, I'd tell you after I banged them.
right.
Yeah.
I'd call you.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I get it now. Marry this one.
Oh, no. I'd tell you that I banged your man after I banged him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I would call you in the midst of banging your man.
I see what you're saying.
To tell you, keep this one.
Yeah.
This one's a keeper.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd be like,
I'll call you right back.
Please just fucking get off the fucking quarter machine horse and tell me what the response is, please.
Quarter machine horse. Okay. So the question was, I don't want to ruin her relationship or our friendship. Should I tell her? Answer: no. Of course it would still matter to her. You and the boyfriend almost made a mistake, but you didn't. This is both your burden and your responsibility. I don't know why you want to dump it on her. It would be unkind. Friendship is not about blowing up people's relationships.
It's fucked up, son.
Let me give you one piece of information. Friendship is not about being completely open. Friendship includes the flexibility of tact, warmth, and discretion. I don't know why you're still carrying this issue around. Quit worshiping and worrying it and let it roll off your shoulders. Moreover, continue to behave yourself around her beloved. Dance at their wedding with a clear conscience. You both did the right thing.
They both did the right thing. But also, don't let Mrs. Webb, with her friendship isn't being about open, keep you from fucking telling me shit. Listen, this isn't about me right now.
The fucking ain't. Discretion, listen, I believe was the word she used.
Actually, in my defense, I tell you when I come to terms with it myself. There is no one that knows beyond me before I tell you. And so I am not keeping it from you. I am just trying to process.
Keep it from yourself.
Amen to that.
Oh.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I guess I don't have that filter. So whatever I go through, we go through right away.
Yep. And we don't until I do.
Doing.
So
I want to argue, but it's fair.
I know. I know. We can be so selfish and selfless at the same time. It's ridiculous. But this is about us and
just
not
like
anyone
we're so
else.
Intelligent, but so fucking stupid sometimes.
I know. Like, how did you think that angle was going to be attractive when you sent a picture of your vagina?
Because I wasn't concerned with the angle. The position maybe, but not the angle.
Well, you sent it anyway. It was too late.
Dear Mrs. Webb.
Can we break for 2 seconds? This is, usually it's like.
Keep these glasses to go catch all the fucking fruit flies.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah, usually this, like, it goes from like a 2 to a 3 halfway through.
Yeah.
This is going from a 2 to a 1. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Can I publish this? Yes, I can. Yes, I fucking can. This is an opinion piece.
Yes,
it's like an advice column. Keep my opinion to myself. No, I won't. We just have to power through this. We can do it.
Can we?
Oh, we sure can.
Do we have to? All right. Dear Mrs. Webb, I'm a 28-year-old single professional woman with a successful career, and I am financially well off. I am also taking classes for a graduate degree.
Good for
Did
you.
I say that right?
Graduate degree?
Yeah. Graduate degree.
Yeah.
I love my career and I am a bookworm. People assume that I have it all and that I should be tremendously happy. In reality, I drive about 100 to 150 miles per day, have little free time, and am frequently so exhausted I just fall into bed at night. I have some casual friends I do things with, but I have no close friends. I haven't dated in almost 3 years. I am considered attractive, but I don't normally spend a lot of time on my appearance. How can I have it all yet have nothing? This isn't me, and I don't like my existence. It would be nice to just sit, talk, and laugh. When I do, it feels like I'm wasting time. I feel like I'm 40. Help. I picked these questions before you even got here.
I was literally like, we literally just talked about this.
I had these picked. I can show you this timestamp.
We literally, yeah. That's so weird.
So weird.
That's so weird. But maybe there's a reason for it.
Maybe there's a reason.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to match your capacity. You're at where you're at, right? There's one of the things that we talked about, even though I'd love to say that we follow our own advice all the time, but it is so much.
Literally no one ever follows their own advice.
But we're over here like an authority. We got a whole podcast.
We are ill-advised.
You heard? No?
Okay.
Get closer.
We are ill-advised.
We're ill-advised and thus ill-advising you.
Exactly.
But I'd love to say that we're always, that we've got that kind of like woke mentality, that we're always so progressive and forward thinking. But it's at the end of the day, we're
still
human beings. Yeah.
We don't take advice we give.
And not just that, but like the experiences, if they don't match up sometimes, like word for word, dollar for dollar, like it's just so easy to dismiss. Like it's not applicable. It's not,
If you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
This wasn't my situation.
Always.
So here's what you should do.
Right. And then when you're in it, you're like, is that what I should do? You're like, well, maybe I should do it, but who says I should?
Yeah, should.
And that's what you were talking to me about.
Lucy loved that word.
Who
should.
said I should?
I think my therapist even cussed at me once for that word.
Mm-hmm.
Should.
I don't know. Me and my therapist cussed together, so it's not an indicator for me.
I don't think Lucy started cussing until like our third session.
Oh, your seventh fuck?
Yeah. Seventh for that first sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're feeling like it's not who you are.
I don't like my existence, they said.
Unfortunately,
how can I have it all yet have nothing? This isn't me, and I don't like my existence.
If other people think you have it all, that doesn't matter.
People assume that I have it all and that I should be tremendously happy.
No one can tell you whether you should or shouldn't be happy. I feel like that's stupid to say, but I think it's also very important to say.
Yeah.
Your happiness is not based off of someone else's barometer. It's off of yours. So
Society.
if you're the richest
Society
person,
tells us what happy is. Society tells us what we have and don't have.
But just like people
Society
who are like,
tells us what we should and shouldn't have.
But we hear about those
do.
people who are just like, you have it all. Like, why are you crying? Like, you shouldn't be complaining.
Like Kim Kardashian's not allowed to have a bad day.
Right. Exactly.
Mom of
exactly
4.
where I'm going. Like, you can have all of the money in the world. You can have everything material that you've ever wanted. You can have the best relationship in the world.
Yep.
There can still be something missing.
Right.
Just because you have it all doesn't mean you have it all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like maybe it's like small compared to another person, in their eyes, not yours. Another person can consider it something small, but it's not their experience that matters. If you're unhappy, you're unhappy.
If their hardest day is a chip nail, like that feels to them how our hard day feels.
Yep. And that's it.
You know what I mean?
You are having a human experience. You are having a human experience. Yes. And therefore you are human.
Right.
And that's the end of it. But you also have to recognize your capacity. I'll be a little bit open. Our conversation earlier, I was talking about how I feel like I've overcome some obstacles And I just feel like these obstacles come with another lesson. And then once I'm done with that lesson, I have to feel all of these obstacles plus that lesson to learn another lesson and apply that lesson, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth, and
Right.
whatever. A, who says I should have to overcome obstacles or apply these obstacles or be in said obstacle?
Mm.
And the other part of it is just escaped me because I just talked to myself in circles because I know what I'm talking about.
I forgot that I have to make sense.
Right. I forgot that this is a podcast and not me talking to my best friend or both. Oh, your capacity.
Mm.
Right? Does that sound right to you?
Mm-hmm.
You may want to move past something, but you need to be aware of what your capacity is. You're eventually going to get there. If it's something that you really want, you're going to get there. But just like be okay where you're at. You know, it's not just that you're at where you're at and that's okay. You're at where you're at. And if you want something enough, if it's something that's part of who you are, you're going to get there. You just need to allow yourself some grace.
Mm.
That's the word you used, I believe.
Mm.
It sounds like advice that I would give you, and you would be like, oh, right, that sounds good. Right? Like,
or it sounds like advice I just gave you.
No, but what I'm saying is like, it's easy to recognize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And others, and not like other people. It's just as easy to recognize as someone else telling you should be happy.
Right.
The reality is, it's like, you're
oh, don't worry about that stuff, or why are you stressing over that stuff?
Right.
Or
like you've got nothing to cry about.
Yeah. Like you can't even change that situation. Why are you stressing it?
Please fuck yourself.
Not kindly or gently.
Nope. I want it to be rough and spiked.
Dry.
Studs.
Dry.
Metal. So dry.
Sahara.
So dry. Yeah. I want the desert to ask where you got all that water.
Deserts are.
I want you to. That's what I meant to say. I want you to ask the desert where it got all that water. Shit, I said it back. I'm naturally dyslexic.
that is true.
I don't need to help myself. I don't know, Biff.
So, how can I have it all yet have nothing? Sounds like you have it all materialistically.
Sounds like you have it all based on someone else's opinion.
Like I have all nice cars, I have all nice clothes, I have all nice things.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you really have?
I feel you have it all when you think you have it all.
You have no close friends.
Mm-hmm.
You said you have friendships, but not close friends. You're 28. Doesn't sound like you're in a relationship, but you know, like, so just because you have name brand purses and a cute car and are financially well off, that means you have it all.
Mm.
But what do you have?
Right. If you don't have happiness, you don't have it all.
You don't have anything.
You don't have shit. I don't care how much you physically have.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What do you actually have?
Yeah.
You just said you have some friends, but no close friends.
Yeah. It sounds like also you're basing having everything on people that aren't your close friends.
That aren't your close friends. People say I have it all. Well, if you are wealthy, then yes, it's easy for outsiders to think that you have it all.
Yeah. If you're looking to understand where you're at, especially when you want more, my favorite thing to look to in these types of situations is therapy. Basically, just to understand where I'm at and either be okay with it or find out how to move forward from it. Kind of learn what those tools are and what those next steps may be. Because if you're not feeling fulfilled and you don't know what the next step is, there's something maybe a little bit more deep-seated, something more rooted.
Yeah, like I have everything and I should be happy, but I'm not.
Yeah. If you don't understand that genuinely,
don't have everything.
Then maybe a little bit of therapy will help you kind of uncover why you're feeling unfulfilled. Maybe you want a more meaningful relationship or friendship.
Or maybe you think that the material things are what is going to make you happy.
You thought that status was what was
Money
going
and,
to...
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not fulfilling for you.
It's not.
So...
It's not fulfilling to anyone.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Although people do have a good way of... Or they do have a way of showing you that they're lying to themselves.
Right.
But
that ain't it, sis. That ain't it.
If money were everything, we wouldn't have lives.
Motherfuckers would be way more happy.
We wouldn't have children.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you have? Yeah, you got a Gucci bag?
Great. High five.
Cool.
How about that best friend?
Right.
Yeah. Somebody you could at least talk to.
Who did you call and be like, girl, look at this Gucci bag I just got?
Mm-hmm.
No one.
Exactly.
Your coworkers
No one who cared
when you guys
about your
went out
Gucci
Friday
bag.
night. That was like, oh,
I got it in pink.
Samuel just bought me one of those last year.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Shall I?
You shall.
Okay. I feel like I'm 40. Help. Also, I resent that. I feel like I'm 40. What does that have to do with anything?
Can we also, let's talk about that real quick. Like 40 is not a death sentence.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like, hey, I'm trying to live in the now, sure, therapy. But
I feel like I'm 40. Girl, you're 10 years before you're 30.
12.
Like you're
just 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every minute counts, asshole.
Yeah, well, rounding
Find happiness.
Rounding up. Okay, let's see. You have a full-time job. You are in grad school, part-time. You have a horrific amount of commuting and no life outside of work. You are exhausted, have no beloved, and have no close friends. You don't even pamper yourself. I cannot imagine why you think you have it all. It sounds like a difficult, exhausting, and lonely life. This may be time for you to rethink your priorities and find the kind of work and community so you can just sit, talk, and laugh. You may want to consider what kind of past experiences in your life may have led you to such a lonely existence. It is time for you to dream, plan, and move towards the life, connections, and commitments that will fill your heart and challenge you. We live in a culture that tells men and women that all that is needed in life are things and celebrity. Extended family groups are gone. Nuclear families are atomized at will, and only the me, myself, and I counts. Of course, this is a lie. Most people want and need a beloved and relationship ties. Stop listening to the common culture telling you what you are supposed to feel and do. Instead, face the truth. Decide what is really important and make it your life. Pretty much what we said.
But therapy.
Yeah.
That therapy component is very important, especially if you're asking, I have it all. Why am I not happy?
You may want to consider what kind of past experiences in your life may have led you to such a lonely existence. I feel like that's close to like, girl.
Yeah.
Go to therapy.
Not everyone's great at self-reflection. Present company, not accepted. And that's where I'll leave it. Otherwise, I think it was a beautiful answer.
Yep.
I sometimes wish we kind of took the approach and considered the question in our response. Like, oh, I feel like I should have everything. And Miss Webb was just like, oh, you have everything? Well, let me show you what you don't have.
Right.
And we're just like,
well, we did.
No, I know. But we were just like, we didn't.
You have everything financially wise.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't tell her what she did. Oh, I guess we did.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm done now. Next.
Yeah. Dear Mrs. Webb, I'm finding it hard to make and keep friends. It is really bothering me. I would like to have a best friend or group of friends that I can count on. I lost touch with my high school friends. I've tried to keep in touch with my neighborhood friends and church friends by sending Christmas cards or a phone call twice a year, but they do not reciprocate. I have invited people over for tea, but hear nothing back from them. However, I thought it would be nice for our children and us if we could get together with friends every once in a while. How do I go about making friends and establishing a circle of friends?
Wow.
This is different than our usual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have so many thoughts on this one. Like, I would invite friends over for cocaine before tea.
Yeah, I did. Maybe that's where we start. Let's get rid of the tea.
Yeah.
Throw some wine in there at least.
Listen,
green
if we're going
tea
to
or a
abuse
cab?
substances, they better be powdered and not from Johnson & Johnson's. That's all I'm saying. Like I've fucking done coke. Can we get real for a second?
Well, I'm agreeing with you, so you're not far off.
Okay, great. I've done coke by association.
I wish.
How do you go about establishing a circle of friends? You're inviting them, and about twice a year, what was it? About 2 times a year with no reciprocation?
I tried to keep in touch by sending Christmas cards or phone
calling twice a year.
Or a phone call twice a year, yeah. But they do not reciprocate.
It sounds more of like a you just haven't found your people yet kind of situation.
Well, I'm not the best at like returning or keeping in touch sometimes, but definitely way more than twice a year.
Right, but like a whole group of people, I'm with you. So having a different perspective pisses me off.
This is why we're here.
Yes. So it's like, yes, I would reach out more than twice a year to somebody that I really wanted to have a genuine connection with. But also like on the other hand, you know, if I'm only reaching out twice a year, am I making, you know, it's not just like the genuine effort thing, but like if I'm trying with a whole group of people twice a year and no one's reciprocating, is it more that just this group and I don't mesh? You know what I mean? Like, am I looking toward a specific group that I might not necessarily have a place?
It's not taking it seriously. If I'm only hearing from you when you're telling me Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, then that's not a...
But from a whole group of people, you don't think you'd hear back from just one? That's my only hang up.
That doesn't feel, not genuine or not, but it doesn't feel like you're looking to establish anything.
This person sounds like me and I'm okay with it. So I'm having a hard time.
You know, our friends on Facebook that we don't talk to
that say happy birthday to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That once a year they send a happy birthday and we say thanks that. And that's it. That's what that feels like. That in no way, shape, or form am I going to be like, oh my God, that must mean you want to be really good friends. You know?
Right.
So if it's twice a year, if it's a holiday thing, if it's a birthday thing, a seasonal thing, I am not taking that any further than what it is.
But if you're sending them messages and cards and inviting them over for tea and you're not getting bites.
Again, it's kind of the same. Like there is no effort. It's like a...
See, I disagree. Well, I want to say I disagree, but I also don't.
Because what are you disagreeing with? I'm telling you Merry Christmas and happy
I feel like I'm inviting you over for tea. I'm saying Merry Christmas. Like, let's say like perfect world. Right? Like you've gotten 2 phone calls to check in on how you're doing. I've said Merry Christmas. I've invited you over for tea after church a couple times and you just haven't bitten. You know, I would say to somebody asking for advice on the other end, like, you know, you've done a lot. You've extended the invite. They haven't taken it. And it's really just, it's up to them now. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would say to the person on the other side of that.
You've done a lot?
I wouldn't say you've done a lot, but you've opened the door. Especially if you're not close, like what can you do? You know, like,
yeah, but
hey, I'm coming over. Like, your husband tasted great. You know,
but I'm saying, how many people do we engage with occasionally that are like, girl, we have to get together? Like, yeah, we do. And then that's it.
I know. Yeah, I'm not arguing what you're saying either. That's why I'm
unless they like hit me up the next day and we're like, girl, like seriously, what day this week do you have?
Right. The persistence too.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. People posting happy birthday once a year on my page, like, happy birthday, I miss you, let's get together. It's going to be like, yeah, thanks.
It was so good to see you. See you soon? ?
Right. And that's what I mean. That's, for me, that's just like kind of not polite, but like,
yeah,
girl, oh my
polite.
God, I miss you.
It's
like, happy
generic.
Birthday. Like, happy birthday, I miss you. It's been so long. Let's get together. Like, yeah. But we both know.
It's like autopilot.
We're just being.
Yeah. We're being nice.
Yeah. Like, sure, I would love to see you, but it's not either of
It's not going to
our.
happen.
Yeah.
I told you I'd like to see you because I don't like you. But
it's not either of like our priorities.
Yeah.
That's like hopefully we'll run into each other one day so we can have the same conversation. Yeah. Let's make plans. Let's go out. Yes, sure. Talk to you next year on your birthday. The same conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's also something to be said too, though, about like people who you forge relationships with who are like you. You know, who feel like that is a sufficient effort and that define close friends as people who can rely on each other when they need to, rather than you and I text like stupid shit to each other all the time and can rely on each other more than we can rely on each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's something to be said about that. But I can place it on both sides. So, but like, how do you go and how do you do that? You're willing to give what you've given. How do I make friends based on that?
Well, I don't know if it's a willingness to give what I've given versus I don't want to say naive, but like it takes more than that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is how it comes off. Because you're only sending that Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday messages.
Yep.
We're adults. We have lives. We have shit to do. Thank you for the Christmas message and the birthday message. Yeah, sure. Let's have tea.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Until next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, the other thing that kind of occurred to me as you're saying all of that, it's all impersonal.
Right.
There is nothing there to solidify a bond. So now I'm on your...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that versus if I, my friend Danielle, we were best friends when we were younger, and now we'll do the Facebook thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, oh my God, I miss you so much. Like, we have to get together. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I would love to. I'm sure she would love to.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that little conversation, that little interaction, that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Unless one of us, 2 days later, we're like, girl, I'm serious. Like, next week, do you have a day?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Once it's past the, oh my God, I miss you.
And if they don't want to, that's going to be
together.
when you find out they don't want to.
Right. And that's as far as it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
My guess is nobody knows that you're actually trying to actually meet up.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
Like the adult.
I didn't get that until you were saying that after me. Yeah. Like there's nothing personal about that. And you don't forge.
That's like
You don't forge a relationship based on
somebody's
generic
Merry Christmas.
Right.
Once a year. And
it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But
so for me,
how
that's
do you
not
get
like
out
effort.
Of that?
And that's not.
Yeah. No, it's cordial. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you start by relating to the people rather than being so broad-based, have genuine conversations.
Yeah, like don't send a group Merry Christmas text.
Right.
Text Christina and say Merry Christmas. Would love to get together with the kids, after New Year's.
Right.
Versus a Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's have tea.
Right. Yeah, like
everyone's going to be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Merry
thanks.
Christmas.
High five.
Talk to you next year.
No one's writing back because they've got other shit to do.
Yeah, because
they're not focused on the she was nice perspective.
I only hear from her on Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, she was very nice. Or she's very nice.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
They're looking, if you're going to forge something, it's going to be based on some sort of personal attribute, right? So like, oh, our kids go to the same school. Or like,
hey, Thursday's, soccer day. Maybe after we can take the kids to go get pizza.
Yeah. Easy, easy way
Right.
to bond as parents at least. But finding that common ground, if you're not finding that, you're not actually building on anything authentic. You're not forging a relationship on any basis.
Yeah, I don't think a holiday card and a let's have tea is sufficient.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think learn a little bit more about those people.
Yeah.
So that you can forge an authentic relationship.
Yeah,
don't force anything,
I would actually
please.
pinpoint someone.
Yeah.
Like Tommy gets along great with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk to Tommy's mom and say, hey, Tuesday.
But not if you don't
practice.
already hate Tommy's mom.
Well, it sounds like they don't hate anyone because they don't have any friends.
It's terrible.
I know.
I would love to hear this response.
Me too. Because I think I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
People tell me making friends is harder to do in many locations. Busy lives, television, and the fractured families makes it harder than ever to connect. Some families have to schedule time to be together, never mind socializing with others. Neighborhoods, which once teemed with children and opportunities for adult friendships, are now empty because both parents are at work and the children are in daycare. That said, there are plenty of people out there to be friends with, but you have to look for them. Since you are a churchgoer, shop around for a church, which puts a premium on relationships. Look for one that holds potlucks and has small group ministries. Another option is to find an interest and immerse your family in it. I know families who are historical war reenactors, snowmobile club participants, 4-H families,
What's
homeschool.
4-H? Is that for Jesus Ages?
No,
Hose,
that's the four
humps,
horses.
of the apocalypse?
4-H group. I actually may or may not have been in a 4-H group at one brief time in my young teenage years. Google it.
You want me to Google?
Homeschool groups, private school families, track and field families, blah, 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 blah. These family members have found their friends in their interest areas. Remember, friendship is a combination of affection, respect, and usefulness with a varying measure of commitment added. Friends come in all types and styles, from as close as a sister to the people you stand and catch up with at soccer to the once-a-year heart-to-heart phone call people. I even know families who have moved to certain communities and neighborhoods specifically because of the community and friendship opportunities available. Or they summer at certain locations for the same reasons. Join in, give a hand, become a part of a group, add fun to the group, and keep reaching out. Friends will appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it in a...
She used more words.
Yes. Pretty much once a year, Christmas.
Be a real person.
Right.
You said. And she's like, well.
Find interest in groups and 4-H.
And then,
The 4-H's stand for something.
I have no idea what. I've only come across a youth head, heart, hands, and health.
Yes.
I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service.
Horses.
And yes, you did. And I said of the apocalypse. I think I heard horsemen, which is still funny.
That is.
Of the apocalypse. That was an interesting set of questions. A lot different. Well,
I was trying to think outside the box.
I don't think we really have a box we fall into.
Not intentionally. But I think we do.
I know. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I am not one of those 4-H's.
I am not putting it in that 8.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we just don't usually do I guess we started with questions more simple. Simple feels insulting. It's not right.
Not insulting, but we kind of always end up with relationship. My boyfriend's cheating. I think my girlfriend's cheating. I think my best friend's husband's partner's wife's sister-in-law is cheating.
And should I tell them?
Yeah.
Yes, we do a lot of the cheating ones, but we do a lot of crazy, outrageous ones too. I feel like...
But it's relationship ones.
Yeah.
Intimate.
I feel like that's very common to ask for advice though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not condemning ourselves in that.
No, but I'm just saying this was out of our ordinary.
How do I make friends? I actually don't see that being a question I would have ever received as an advice columnist.
Yeah, because you're almost 40. You don't want friends.
That's true.
Stop making friends.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm okay with my 3 friends.
Oh, listen, I'm okay with my 3 friends.
Literally.
But that's it.
That's all she wrote. Murder, she wrote.
Did she?
Murder, she wrote.
She should have, because then we'd keep going.
These would be way better questions.
That's right. This would be a different kind of
way
podcast.
More interesting questions.
Imagine if we got advice murder questions.
I killed my boyfriend. How do I hide his body?
Right.
Girl.
Shit like that. Or
hit me up.
Or should I have done should I have given him the antifreeze, or should I have opted for something a little less traceable?
I got all the answers.
Because antifreeze is so common now, I think they test for it when someone dies.
Probably.
Like, oh no, he drank Gatorade and lost it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they ended up exhuming the body and like, this is less of a drain on taxpayer dollars if we just test now.
Can we just add that in with
Yeah.
the rest of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there
Arsenic,
are
cyanide, antifreeze.
definitely don't burn the
No.
body.
No, they always find that shit.
Even in the ashes,
Yeah.
they find that shit.
It's so fucking... Honestly, there's just no way out. That's probably why we're not a murder advice podcast.
Yeah. I feel like if you live in Florida and have close access to alligators, it's your best chance.
Exactly. Yeah, because by then it's covered in alligator DNA.
Right.
Right?
Also, if you can do it long enough, no body, no proof.
That would be an interesting podcast, right? If we just went through serial killers and figured out how they should have done it.
Can we please?
The podcast name is How You Should Have Done It.
How you should have done it.
It's always going to come down to like fucking acid or something. There's got to be like one supreme way to get rid of a body that we haven't thought of.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer did acid and got away with 17 murders.
Before he got
getting
found
caught.
out. So he
But
didn't
he
get away with it.
only got found out because one of them escaped.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So who knows?
That's true.
Because if
And he let them.
people
Can we
go
not
missing and bodies
forget that?
aren't coming
It was
up,
too easy. He let him. Well, at least based on the Netflix movie.
Dahmer didn't let him go.
But he could have stopped him. Couldn't he have?
No, not Dahmer. There's probably another one.
I'm thinking of the guy running down the hall, downstairs. Police show up. Nope. I just caught up with myself. Forget it. Not thinking of the same exact.
Gotcha.
Same Dahmer. Different attempted
Different
murder.
Jeffrey.
No. Same one. Same one. I'm just thinking of a different.
When he escaped.
The one who is. I'm thinking of a different one who tried to escape, but then the cops were like,
Yeah, Dahmer told him, "This is my boyfriend. We're drunk and got into a fight."
we are thinking of the same one. Then?
Yes.
I thought he got him upstairs eventually.
Dahmer got him back. Yeah.
Oh,
he got
he
away
did?
with it. Yeah.
I'm gonna drink my prune
The
juice.
first one.
Forget it.
Another one escaped
I'm gonna have to watch this fucking movie
and
again.
wasn't trying to rat on Dahmer. He just wanted the cop to get the handcuffs off him. He wasn't interested in
I don't
ratting,
remember that at
snitching.
all.
He just wanted the handcuff off. And the cop
We're
was
starting
like,
a new podcast.
like, please,
We're starting
listen,
a new
I got
podcast.
this for days.
Where
We don't
he
even
got it
need
wrong.
questions from the internet.
No, we don't. We just need research.
We don't.
You know all of them by
I know
heart?
all of
Okay,
them.
great. I'm just gonna sit here.
You just ask the questions.
That's actually a genius idea.
Listen,
how
I
they
would
should have done
love.
it. We're gonna get so much shit if we do that.
It's gonna be the best ever.
Let's talk later.
I got my law psych book, so we can really get
Guys,
into it.
we've got to go. We got shit to talk
We're
about.
about to be ill-advised.
I don't even think we can publish this. This is like copyright.
Can we have a disclaimer?
This is trademark shit.
What is
If-
trademark?
If you take our idea for a podcast, we will sue all 4 H's out of you.
We will sue all 4
All 4 of them.
of you.
In the meantime, send us all your questions, comments, and all of your concerns and beverage recommendations before I get yelled at by my
Please.
best friend to illadvisedthepodcast@gmail.com, or catch up on all of our episodes and get our sources in our show notes at illadvisedthepodcast.com.
Also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at illadvisedthepodcast.
You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Everything about you is absolutely delicious.
Use acid.
That's how you find friends, and thank you for listening.
You've been ill-advised.